Dina Sanichar was removed from a wolf's cave in 1867 when he was about 6 years old. Dina Sanichar was discovered when hunters in the jungles of Bulandshahr were astonished to see a boy follow a wolf into her den, running on all fours. They smoked out the wolf and her companion and shot the wolf. And he died in 1895. Kamala and Amalu are two of the most interesting cases of feral children. The wolf girls were about 18 months, Amala, and 8 years old. Kamala, when they were found together in a wolf's den. However, it is believed that they were not sisters, but were abandoned, or taken by wolves, some years apart. The Andes goat boy was found in the Andes, Peru, in 1990, and was said to have been raised by goats for 8 years. He is supposed to have survived by drinking their milk, and eating roots and berries. Being in wild, he developed the obvious feral characteristics. He tended to walk with all his 4 limbs, his hands and feet were hardened due to scar formation that acted like his hoofs. He could communicate with goats and could not learn human language. A boy aged around 10 was found in the midst of a herd of gazelles in the Syrian desert, and was only caught with the help of an Iraqi army jeep, because he could run at speeds of up to 50 km per hour. Although terribly thin, he was said to have been extremely fit and strong, with muscles of steel. He was captured and bound hand and foot. Bello, the Nigerian chimp boy, was found in 1996. At the age of about 2. Both mentally and physically disabled, he had probably been abandoned by his parents at the age of about 6 months. A common practice with disabled children among the Fulani, a nomadic people who range great distances over the West African Sahel region. John Sebunya was born in the mid-1980s, but ran away from home, probably aged around 3, after seeing his mother murdered by his own father. It is generally accepted that John Sebunya was cared for at least to some extent by green African, vervet, monkeys while in the jungle. John was found by a tribeswoman or girl, called Millie, in 1991, hiding in a tree. Traian Caldara is a Romanian boy who apparently lived wild, separated from his family, for 3 years. He is believed to have left the family home because of domestic violence. His mother said that she loved her son but had a violent partner, who was always beating her. Although aged 7 when he was found, Traian Caldara was only the size of a 3-year-old, could not speak, and was naked and living in a cardboard box covered with a polythene sheet. Cambodian Jungle Girl is a Cambodian woman who emerged from the jungle in Ratanakiri province, Cambodia on January 13, 2007. A family in a nearby village claimed that the woman was their daughter Rokampangiang, born 1979, age 29 or 30, who had disappeared 18 or 19 years previously. The story was covered in most media as one of a feral child who lived in the jungle for most of her life. In 2008, Russian care workers rescued a 7-year-old bird boy who could communicate only by chirping after his mother raised him in a virtual aviary. It has been reported, authorities said the neglected child was found living in a tiny 2-room apartment surrounded by cages containing dozens of birds, bird feed and droppings. Oksana Malaya spent much of her childhood between the ages of 3 and 8 living in a kennel in the back garden of the family home in Novye Blagovshchinka, Ukraine, although she did spend some time in the house with her alcoholic and neglectful parents.